how to go live with confidence and ease. This is my 10 o'clock live. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know how I can best support you all. So come in, ask your questions, friends. So we're going to get started shortly. We're going to get going on the TikTok streets. You guys know, there's the bell. You know I go live on both TikTok and YouTube. At the same
No one
time,
is talking about
I
this news.
co-stream. And so I'm here to talk about how to go live. All right. So let me know if you guys have questions. This is going to be a talk about monetization. We're going to continue our conversation on how to monetize here, specifically on TikTok. But you guys know I make this a playlist. You guys can go back and watch it. Also talk about YouTube. YouTube has just rolled out some new updates about their monetization program too. That's going to take effect next year. So be on the lookout for more information about that. But just know it's going to take a little bit more effort to get ad revenue, get the second phase of monetization based on watch hours. So keep that in mind. So things are going to change, and then things are also going to change in terms of keeping the monetization when it comes to if you're a shorts content creator. So I don't do as much shorts. I don't do as much video content. I strictly focus on the lives, which I need to go into the video content. But with that being said, you want to make sure that you're being mindful of the monetization rules too if you're going to do shorts and long form content to get into the programs. Let me know if there's questions. I want to make sure that you are guys are getting the information you need. It's rolling out now. I watched at least one video about it. I want to go back and watch the YouTube video about it and maybe look at the article a little bit more detail. But it's going to happen. So some changes are going to happen with next year. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about your goals for this year. Okay, so it's important to think about your goals for this year. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all coming through. We're going to get started and go over into the TikTok streets. You know, I say the keywords that matter to the live stream. So you're going to hear me say the keywords to help with the stream getting pushed out, as well as we're going to talk about, we'll probably do a little bit of TikTok shop content today. I said I would. So I think I'm going to honor that and stick to that. So be on the lookout. Let's see. I'm going to update my information first because I want to make sure I am doing what I need to set my goals for the live. Hello, friends. How are you guys? Thank you all for being here. If you are new to the room, say new in the chats. Let me know you're here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your questions. I'm all about answering questions. I don't want you guys to feel like you can't get the information you need. Hello, friend. How are you? So come in, ask your questions. We're going to get started on the TikTok street, so you're going to hear me go live over there. In the meantime, feel free to come in and ask questions. So appreciate you all being here. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. If you're new to the room, put new in the chats. If you've been here before and you have not subscribed, click that like button. Also click the subscriber button as well as the bell to get notifications. When I go live and post content, I do this twice a day. You're entering my 10 a.m. Eastern live stream. And I'm in Florida, so feel free to say hello if you are also in the U.S. And then also I am going to go over on TikTok, so you guys are going to hear me say the things that align with TikTok. So let's see, friend. We are gonna mute bad actors, so we don't deal with the trolling behavior here. So appreciate you all being here. Hey, it's all good on my end. I appreciate people coming in and trying to try me, but we don't do it here. So let's go over to TikTok. We're gonna talk over there, and let me know if you guys have any questions in the meantime, and then we're gonna get started. Okay, I was waiting for the screen to update. I wanted to make sure it was updating too. Let me check my calendar real quick. I think, thank you all for being here. I think I'm good on meetings. I have meetings tomorrow. Okay. So I think I'm in a good space. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have any meetings on my calendar. I have 2 tomorrow. So that's all good. All right. Thank you so much. TikTok live streaming, monetization, how to make money online, how to earn online. Come in, ask your questions. How to make money online. Um, Come in, ask your question. Let me know if you have any questions. New live hosts, new content creators. Come in, ask questions on how to go live. Feel free to come in, ask your questions. We are talking live streaming tips. Let me know if you guys have questions as you come in. We are talking how to go live. If you are new to the room, new, afraid, scared, shy, and you want to know how to earn money online, this is a good place. Hey, LBR. Welcome to the room, friend. This is a place to learn how to go live and also how to earn online. So we are going to talk monetization tips. So feel free to come in, ask your questions on how to earn. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. We normally warm up the room, so we are liking the live. So feel free to like on the live. Thank you so much, those who are coming in. Appreciate the support. Feel free to come in and ask your questions. I want to make sure you guys are getting the information you need. So feel free to come in, ask questions on how to go live, how to monetize, how to grow your accounts, how to use TikTok Shop. We're going to talk about TikTok Shop also. So this is my 10 a.m. live. Hey, how you doing? I'm in Florida, so come in, ask your questions. New live host, you guys are hearing me say the keywords so that I can get the right people in the room. So that's part of how I warm up. I start the live by saying those words. Hey, Unwritten Unstoppable, welcome to the room, my friend. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you coming in, my friend. I'm sharing out my live as we speak right now, so feel free to come in, ask questions. My friends, feel free to come in. Let me know if you guys have questions as well. We're going to get started shortly. Um, let's see. Just trying to make sure I set up my screen. Give me 1 second. Thank you all for being here. I think good morning. Good morning. How you doing, Unwritten Unstoppable? Appreciate you being here. Hey, Coach KK. Welcome to the room, friend. Thank you so much, Mimi. Thank you for being here as well. You guys are coming in. Thank you for joining the live stream. Come on in. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. I appreciate the support. So this is my 10 a.m. live, and what we're going to do today is talk about how to monetize. Hey, Moonflower, Humble, welcome to the room. Welcome back, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate everybody joining. Thank you for those populars. Appreciate that support. Come on in. We're going to get this going. Thank you all for joining the live stream. So what we're going to do is talk about monetization. I said in my 10 o'clock, I was going to recap um, the conference, the webinar I went to yesterday. So there was a Creator Network webinar, and they invited creators. They told us the very last minute that it was going to be open to our creators. So I sent it like maybe 30 minutes before the webinar started. So hopefully somebody attended. I'm not sure if anybody from the agency attended, but that's fine if they didn't, because I took lots of notes. So we're going to recap some of the stuff that happened from that webinar, some of the information that was shared. If you are a creator, some of this, all of this you need to know. But thinking about the evolution of your content creation, you want to be aware of this, because I think people are always thinking of creative ways to get engagement, creative ways to get people to monetize and get support, and it may not be something you can do. All right, so I just want to say that. So I want you guys to be mindful of how you need to navigate this space. Hey, friend, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the hand wave. But now I see podcast. Welcome to the room, friend. And so I want you guys to be mindful of what you're doing in your live stream, so that way you're not going to be negatively impacted, maybe lose your monetization. So all this is tied to the money, okay? I don't want you guys to get in a situation where you're like, well, wait a minute, I thought that was allowed. I thought that was permissible. I had a couple people that had aha moments yesterday when I was recapping in my afternoon live. And so I don't want that to happen here. I have a webinar today at 4. Oh, okay. It is a webinar, isn't it? It's one of the ones, oh no, that's TikTok Go. There's some webinars this week for the Career Creator campaign. So if you're signed up for campaigns, they're doing a lot of webinars, a lot of training for creators. So keep that in mind. I don't want you guys to miss out on opportunities. So definitely try to go and get information about what some of the latest and greatest tips out there. Okay, yep. Hey, new generation, welcome to the room. Recapping. It says the AI says recapping creative tips from a webinar on monetization. Ask your questions. TikTok, thank you. That was very good. That was accurate. That was accurate, TikTok. And so we are going to recap. So we're going to recap about how to keep your live in compliance so that you do not lose your monetization. This is a little different. Natty Nat, how are you, my friend? Have I not seen you? I feel like I haven't seen you. We haven't seen each other, have we? Have you been going live? I don't think I've seen you. I know you're my earlier wave, so you're my son. Was away for a little. Okay, so it wasn't me. It was you. Okay. No, my son. He wakes up and he started school yesterday, so I'm kind of like getting my schedule back. So I think I am going to start seeing you because of his schedule. He's waking up a little earlier now to get to school. Thank you so much. Hey, Adrian, how you doing, Sunshine Coach? Welcome to the room. Thank you for grabbing that daily harmony. Oh, happy back to school. Yeah, yeah. It changes my schedule. It tweaks it. It doesn't really alter it too much, but it tweaks it a little bit. And so now I have to be a little bit more disciplined. So he gets up, I get up, we get out the door on time. How does he look? How does he like it? He loves it. Yesterday was the first day. He had a good first day. He had a really good first day. New generation, welcome to the room. Good morning, my friends. Thank you all for coming in. We are liking on this live. Let's see if these likes can get up. We are trying to get it to 10K likes in 10 minutes. That's the goal. So we're going to see if we can get these likes up a little bit. We have 5.7 right now. We're going to recap the webinar. The webinar is called, it was focused on, they call it, the acronym is LMG. TikTok uses acronyms for a lot of stuff. So LMG. LMG stands for live, we live, monetization. We're going to talk about monetization, guidelines. Okay? And so we are going to, what's your question, friend? I'm gonna see if I need to answer you. My friend on the YT is asking questions. I guess they have a question. So we're gonna talk about this because this is how you get a restriction where you're restricted from being visible to the For You feed, as well as they take your money away. Okay, so you lose your gifting. Any gifting that happened, you get that taken away as well. So I want us to talk about it. I want you guys to understand the guidelines. This is different. Simply SP, this is different from the community guidelines. It's adjacent to it. Maybe I should say that. So everybody has to follow the community guidelines, but when you are going live, there's some other things you got to be careful with, and most of it is under the umbrella of manipulation. So you got to be careful about what you say and do and not try to manipulate. All right. And so I want you guys to be aware of this and be vigilant about what you're doing in your live stream. Okay. The number one thing I'm going to say right now, any of my creators that have kids like myself, I have a 6-year-old, so I have a small child, you have to be over 18 and over to be live. So you cannot have any minors in your life. So if you have kids, if you have grandkids, if you have nieces, nephews, whoever that are underage, they have to be of age to become live. Hi, Nasara, thank you so much for being here. And so I just want to say that up front because I think some people are missing that fact. So you cannot have them on the screen ever. All right. So keep that in mind. They detect their little cute little face. That's a bad thing. The voice I would say try to keep them from the background also. Don't have them as much in the background either, but definitely don't have them on the screen. All right. I'm excited. It's Wednesday. It's English Day. You are invited to my show at 7 p.m. Let me cheer for that. And let me pin this. So, New Generation Harold, he is a creator that is Haitian speaking. And so he, Creole. Is that the right language? I said Haitian. Haitian is the country. Haiti is the country. It's Creole, isn't it, that you speak? Let me know if that's Haitian Creole. I think I'm saying that correctly now. Now it's processing in my head. I was like, I think it's Haitian Creole. And so when you, when he goes to his live, they are speaking in Haitian Creole. And so he has a day on Wednesdays that they will speak English. It's a really interesting time because some changes have happened with I guess Haitian people being in America, and they've been talking about that legislation and changes there, and some other things that's happening with the country. So just know, great creator, great show. And so he's going to share some good information. All right. So if you can stop by, today is English Day. All right. Thanks, New Generation. I appreciate you, Harold. You said exactly. Did I fix myself? Because I was like, Lord, I know better. I live in Florida. I know better. I know better. We were talking about seasonal people in our lives. Seasonal. Tell me more in our lives when to let them go. Oh, that's a good topic. Oh, okay, that's a really good topic. Yeah, some people are not meant forever. Yeah, that's true. It's true. You'll notice as you get older, your circle of friends and people who are close to you, it shrinks obviously for multiple reasons in terms of life expectancy, but also just growing and maturing. And maybe you had a big group of people and a huge wedding party and all these people in your life, and then that circle shrinks. So I totally agree with that. That's a great topic. Great topic, friend. Those who are coming into the room, appreciate you being here. Let me say we got to our 10K in 10 minutes. Although I don't see the hearts on the screen, but I do see them tallying up there. So TikTok is acting a little funny. That's interesting. I don't see any hearts on the screen. Do you guys who see hearts? I don't even see my taps showing the hearts. Let me know if you guys see hearts too. Thank you all. Thank you for sharing out the live. If you don't mind sharing, this is a good time to share. So if you can share, they are there. Okay, you see hearts. Okay, there are fireworks on my end. Really? You see fireworks? Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm being unstoppable. I mean, I said numbers, pals. I see little bursts like that. Is that what you meant by fireworks? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. That's like the confetti dots. It's like, but it's not the hearts. Me either. I thought it was just me. Yes, I should. You're seeing them on your side, huh? New Generation. Harold's seeing them. Yep. That's what you see. That's what I see. So you see the same thing I'm seeing. Yeah, it's just our little dots are percolating really fast. Interesting. I'm not sure what TikTok is doing, but TikTok is going to be TikTok. So no hearts, confetti. You just see the confetti. Yeah. Interesting. And I'm not seeing it on the side either. It's just the little confetti dots. Interesting. Let me see if I tap here. Yeah, it's just the confetti dots. Interesting. Sarah, so many people have been experiencing trouble on TikTok for 5 days. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe it's time for an update. I didn't check it before I came on. So it could be an update that's needed. Typically the updates happen like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those are the days of the week I see them coming in. Must be an update coming. Yep, that's it. Yep. I am seeing hearts. You're seeing hearts, Harold. Okay. All right. Interesting. I couldn't think of what to call them. Okay, gotcha. The usual shenanigans. Y'all so funny. And Harold seeing hearts. So, hey Harold, your live is right on time, friend. TikTok just gave me the flash go. It was past due. We got the daily heart me. It was past due because I had not seen the heart me. I feel like in like 4 days. So we got it today. If you guys have not sent your heart me, this is the perfect time to send it. I appreciate everybody coming through. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you so much for everybody joining the live, engaging. So we're trying to get the flash go. It is the heart me. You said you have an Android. Is that the difference? Your Android? us iPhone folks. I don't know if that's true. Who else has? Jay Styles, Miss Sterling, Unwritten Unstoppable. Do y'all have Androids? Let us know. So it may not be an iPhone thing. Your heart me is so cute. Is it? Let me see it. If you guys don't mind sharing the heart me, I would love to see it. You said you have an Android. Are you seeing the confetti dots? Let me know if you're seeing the confetti dots, Miss Sarah. Oh, that is cute. She's cute. She's cute. She is cute. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you all for being here. We are trying to get this flash go. Hey, Lauren. Welcome to the room, friend. I saw where we're going to meet tomorrow. So that's good. We're going to meet tomorrow. And so thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all coming in. Thank you so much. The Income Lab. Welcome to the room, friend. Thank you all for supporting. We're trying to get this flash goal. So we have 8 of 14. So we are a little over halfway there. So if you don't mind sharing, clicking to get the daily heart me, this is perfect timing. Good morning, new here. Well, welcome. How you doing, Pink Leopard Queen? Welcome to the room, friend. Thank you so much. Oh, that's the name of the boutique. We're a small boutique that wants to help you style your bag to suit your personality. Okay, you do charm auctions. Awesome, awesome. I need to get to see Luna. This is for you. I haven't seen a live auction on here yet. I know you asked me about the live auctions. I haven't seen one yet. And I know my algorithm doesn't show it to me. I have to go on my shop page, maybe search that way. But I need to see a live auction. I would love to see one. Is it similar? You said me neither. Oh, okay. Because I was to ask you, is it similar to the YN? I mean WN. I said YN. WN. But you haven't seen it here yet. So yeah, we should try to do that. Maybe make that a goal for the week. Go see a live auction. Thank you all for coming in. We got those heart knees. You said it's fun. Is it? It's fun here. How does it compare to the WN? Let me know. Live level 23 in the house. Thank you so much, friend. Hey, therapy girl. Yeah, okay. I would love to see it. That's interesting. Maybe I'll search on my shop page and see if I can come across someone who's doing a live auction. I do mine on WN. So okay, you do it on the WN. So you don't do it on TikTok. Okay. I was going to say, how does it compare? I've started to see them on eBay too. Really? Okay. Nice. Good morning. Good morning. Have to hit 1K to be able to do it here. Okay. Oh, thank you, therapy girl. That's so cute. That's a cute one. I saw it. I didn't. Somebody sent it yesterday. I was like, I like that one. That's cute. That's super cute. Good morning, JB. How you doing, Brand? Okay, see the confetti now. You see the confetti? Do you see the hearts? It should be hearts and confetti. It should be both. Coach Rhonda, welcome to the room. What is it? What is what? The live auction? That's what we're talking about. Auctions here. WN got competition. I've never been to the WN, so I don't even know what a live auction looks like from comparison. So it would be interesting to see it here and just see, does it compare to what the WN would offer. Like I said, I've never seen one. Yeah, so it's addictive. Oh yeah, that's right. Luna, if you guys get a chance to get her live, she tells you like the lingo. I wonder if TikTok has lingo you gotta follow too, like the WN. There's like abbreviations and there's things you say and do. It's like going, I guess, to a real auction. There's etiquette and some rules of engagement that you gotta follow. So keep that in mind. Anyone here to welcome to come watch my auction on WN Tuesday mornings. Awesome. I gotta download the app. I guess I got the app. I don't even have it. TikTok is more strict than WN. I would imagine TikTok is very strict. We're actually, that's what this live is about. We're about to talk about compliance and rules in TikTok's rules for monetization. Thank you, friend. Thank you, JB. And so we'll talk about it here. So that's today's topic because I don't want you guys to lose your monetization. So there's some things you want to make sure you follow. So yes, TikTok is very rule governed, and you got to make sure you follow those rules. Let's see. Audria, you said if you have a new page with 0 followers, how do you get comfortable with it? And what's WN? Whatnot. That's the name of that. Whatnot. And then how do you get comfortable with what? With having 0 followers, you get uncomfortable. You start getting followers. Let me know what you meant by that. You got to start working on getting new friends and followers. Yep, whatnot. Yep. So that's the WN. Good morning. Good morning, Kim Love Jones. Don't I know it? Strict TikTok. Yes. TikTok is strict, friends. Whatnot is a live auction app. Yes, that's what it is. Yep. So TikTok offers auctions now here for I guess sellers and creators. I think they both can do auctions. I sent Luna. She asked me, she's like, "Have I looked into it yet?" I really hadn't, so I sent her a webinar. A training video about it. So I need to look into it myself, but I haven't even seen one to say what it should look like. So I need to go on. If you guys have shop pages, Go on your shop page and just take a look and see if you know, if you have seen the TikTok one. And then our friend Pink Leopard Queen, she does live selling on WN, which is Whatnot. So that's what we were just talking about. I heard the Daily Heart Me is very important for the live. It is very important for the live. What else does it do for the live? It's hey Goddess Geek, welcome to the room. Greetings. Anybody who came in and I didn't say hello, I appreciate you being here. Say hello in the chat. Say that you're new or you're returning. We want to keep the chat flowing. Hey Lisa, welcome to the room, my friend. And so we're going to keep the chat flowing. We are going to talk about compliance. We're going to talk about the training that helped that TikTok had yesterday. So if you're in my agency, you can attend different trainings. They open it up very last minute um, to all creators. What's happened is for Creator Networks, they have these Q&A sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, last Thursday, I guess this whole LMG, which is called Live Monetization Guidelines, there were a lot of people getting violations, and Creator Networks were complaining like, hey, we need y'all to do some trainings. So they made the next Q&A, which was yesterday on Tuesday, open to creators, and they made this a training. I sent it to the school community. It was like 30 minutes before the webinar was going to happen. I went there, took notes, and I'm going to recap so that you guys have hopefully a baseline understanding of what to do and what not to do. I'm going to also talk about this on our Sunday meetings so you guys kind of understand again, for those who don't catch me talking about it here. Lizzie, welcome to the room. Harold, new generation. Heart Me. Heart Me is very important. It is part of how you build community. It is also tied to your monetization. All right. It is one of those metrics for monetization. The weekly missions is one of the weekly missions metrics. Your active fan club members is what you're tracking. And so you're trying to drive that number. You're trying to make sure that number, where people are coming in, engaging, grabbing the heartbeat, but also it's also a tool for you to know who are your fan club members. You actually can click it and they level up. Thank you for leveling up to level 12, friend. Hey, Vanilla Swirl, welcome to the room. And so as people are coming in, you can actually click this as a live host and they'll give you some AI insights to who's your fan club members and what they've done. So I'll read one or two of them just to see. So if I was to click you, let's see what it says for you, Harold. New generation. Let me see if it comes up with something. It says, I think some of this is dated because it always points to November. I think that's when it started, when they started giving these insights. So it said November rose gold. Kim Love Jones is in here. Helps with live goals, is a content creator, won gift gallery titles in November. Again, November is something that keeps coming up, and I believe that's just when this started, so they always talk about November, but I don't know if that's accurate. And then they have insights and suggested topics. You can ask your creators. It says ask. I really appreciate you helping with the live goals. What's your favorite part of live streaming? And that was for Kim Love Jones. And then it says, you mentioned going live. What kind of content do you enjoy creating the most? And then it says, thank you for your support. I saw you won the DJ glasses. That's amazing. So it has this way of building this rapport, this relationship with your community. And again, you want your community to keep coming back. It deactivates for their fan club. That fan club deactivates their daily heart me and their engagement. I'm sorry, not being an active fan club member deactivates after 7 days. Does that make sense? I don't know if I said that correctly. They're active and then they become inactive after 7 days if they have not come back. So that's what happens. Okay, you said what? What? Kim said, wait, what happened? Kim, was you just tapping? Thank you all for being here. Thank you, friend. Hey, Vanilla. Thank you for the Dr. Lisa Cares in the populars. I was reading the insights for you because you were at the top of my screen, at the top of my list of creators, and so I read the insights for you, and so that's what just happened. And to ask you questions, so I was reading that. So click it if you are in your live and you have people who come back frequently. Click it for them and see what it says for them. How do you do that? All I did was click my fan club. Click my Daily Heart Me up here, and a list of fan club members pop up for me as the live host. And then when I click it, it'll show me where if I click your name, it'll show me where it says generate AI insights. And so yeah, so it's there for you to click. So yeah, definitely do it, y'all. Thank you, Dr. Lisa. Went live, had conversations yesterday on live, and had fun. Yeah. Hey, Soda. Yeah, so it's been there, Kim, for I want to say they keep pointing to November. I think it started in November. I think it's been there at least, most all of 2026. Thank you so much. Thank you, friend. And Florida. Yep. So thank you, friends on the YT. So yeah, so it's been there for a minute. Thank you all for being in here. Let's shift to our topic. I appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Supernatural. Thank you all for coming in, grabbing your daily heart me. I appreciate the support and the engagement. We're gonna keep tapping. If you guys don't mind sharing out the live, we're gonna talk about monetization, but we're gonna talk about it in a different way. Really, the things you should not do in a live. Okay. So these are things you should not be doing because they will take your money away. You will lose money, all right? So we talk about monetization in terms of how do you monetize a live stream? You monetize a live stream from the gifting and engagement that happens, the gifting that happens in your live stream. Really quickly, what are you collecting as a live host? Let's put that in the chat. Did you get the flash code? I did. It was Heartme's. So Heartme's is off the table, so y'all can sing your Heartme's. Thank you so much, friends. We got it too. How do you earn? What are you collecting? So do you said it. Diamonds. Yes, I am, friend. Thank you for so much. And so, hey, Halaku, so you are collecting diamonds. Diamonds is the most important thing that you are collecting, earning. It impacts your rewards that you receive. It's based on the diamonds you collect. It's also based on the league you are in. As a 24-hour clock is ticking, hey friends who are coming in, hey Halaku, you are collecting diamonds. And those diamonds you collect will determine if you continue to grow for within your league, okay? Or if you stay the same, or even if you drop down. Those diamonds determine that, all right? So that's what you're paying attention to. Go live, Kim. Look at you, 5 p.m. Monday. Okay, you go live 5 p.m. Central, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's Bren, our friend Bren. Thank you so much. Those who are coming in, engaging. I appreciate you all being here. Royal Blessing, welcome to the room. Thank you for talking about that. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, Fest, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Da Chosen One. Appreciate you, friend. Tammy, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so we're going to talk about monetization. Monetization in terms of losing it. All right? So the webinar I went to yesterday, and it was open to everybody, and I'm going to, everyone in the agency, I'm going to talk about this in our Sunday meeting for the agency as well. But when it comes to the webinar, TikTok says community guidelines governs everything people do on this app, whether it's on the content side or the live side. Those are community guidelines. Live monetization guidelines are similar. It governs how your live stream is operating, if it's operating in compliance, and it also will restrict your visibility to the For You feed, as well as restrict the monetization you earn for that live. So you won't earn based on what happened in that live. So a lot of the core thing I took away from this is being mindful of what you're saying and doing in your live, obviously, but also if you're trying to manipulate when it comes to engagement in your live, gifting engagement or support for follows, daily heartbeats, all the things. I need to go live manual. You need to go live manual. You know what? There is a live academy for you to kind of go back and review that. There is the creator guidelines. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, friend. There is some resources. Okay. TikTok agencies are kind of your resource too to kind of help you with the do's and don'ts. So they're constantly training and talking with us. So you said on TikTok takes all the money if you get a V. Yeah, for these live monetization guidelines, yes, you will lose your monetization for the live. Hey, Kurt, how you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for flying on in here, friend. Thank you so much for the support. So yeah, TikTok wins. TikTok always wins. TikTok wins. Okay. what is it in casinos? The house always wins. Okay. So yeah, so that's something you got to keep in mind. If you are under restriction, they can take the gifting. It can be a gifting suspension as well. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing well, friend. Thank you for asking. So it can be a gifting suspension also. All right. So we want to avoid that. So I'm gonna show. Let me flip back and forth. I'm gonna show you the list. I did some screenshots. I'm gonna show you the list of the different categories, and then I'm gonna kind of go through those categories. Is that okay? So I want you guys to at least see what I'm talking about. I don't want you guys to be lost on this. And so what I'm doing is that I'm actually going under the wand. Is where the gift box is for you all, but I'm gonna go under the wand and I'm gonna use the little man with his hand up. It's gonna take my board away, but I'll put it back up in a second. Okay, so the man with the board, the screen, and then we're gonna go to this listing. And so this was the webinar. I'm gonna cover my face for a little bit, just for a little bit. So these are the topics we're gonna cover. So they did an overview. You see LMG. LMG stands for Live Monetization Guidelines. It says inauthentic gift request. That's the first one we're gonna cover. And it says sexually suggested content, nudity and body exposure, manipulative traffic engagement, personal cause for fundraising, reproduced content, low interaction, direction to third-party platforms. Remember, those are the things that we see redirecting. Monetization involving youth. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot have little people or bigger people. They got to be over 18. You cannot have them on this live stream. And then they have the FYP eligibility standards, and that's where they talk about that static imagery, the imagery of low visual quality. So we're going to talk about that as well. So these are the different ways you can get a LMG violation where your money can be taken away. All right? So that's what we're talking about today. I don't want you guys to miss the big point here, but this is all about that monetization. Put my board back up. All right? So I don't want you guys to get your money taken away. And so they sit a little different than your traditional community guidelines. They could be both, actually. You can get in trouble for nudity, and you also can get in trouble for body exposure and stuff like that in your live stream. So all of it can be connected. All right, so we'll explain that further in a second. Thank you all for being here. Hey, Regina, good morning. Good morning, my friends. We're going to keep tapping and sharing. We're going to make this as interactive as possible. I want you guys to feel free to ask questions along the way. We're trying to keep the chat moving, keep everyone engaging in the live stream. If you are new, put new in the chat. If you're new to me, I feel free to say hello. We want to say hi back to you. How do you take off the board when you're live? The wand, click the wand, click boards. The boards is going to be a screen there. Click boards and then go to the board to take it off, to unuse it, to end it, or rather. That's it. Just a quick click of the button. And then when it goes away, go back into it and say use, that you want to use it. Yeah. New here, that day in Sapphire. Welcome to the room, friend. Thank you so much, Courtney. Welcome as well. Appreciate you being here. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. So yes, that's what you're doing. Let me just clap it, share that out, so I can have it pinned on my screen. And so yes, thank you for grabbing that daily heart me. Others coming in, I appreciate you all joining. Be sure to follow the live host, hey Monica Sanchez, as well as click that that daily heart me to join the fan club if it says the word join. Thank you. Hey sweetheart, how you doing, friend? Thank you all for being here. Simply SP, welcome back, friend. Bad weather in Chicago again, no power. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, my friend, I spoke to her this morning. She was saying it was almost like tornadoes. I think you guys had a major weather event. Yeah. We got something here in Orlando too. We did. You know, Regina, you know Chicago, my hometown. I just want to make sure I said that out loud. So I was like, I talk to Chicagoans every day. Thank you, friend. Thank you for being here. How do you create your cute stickers? The stickers for the chat, they came from ChatGPT. They also came from Canva. Queen, welcome to the room. Canva as well. Yep. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, sweetheart. Welcome to the room, friend. Courtney. Yeah, so put a prompt in and you go and just make sure you're creating something that's within the specs of TikTok's guidelines for those stickers. And then download their camera roll and upload them into your fan club. Yep. Right back at you. Hey, friend. Oh, Andrea, she and I, Sunshine Coach. So let me pin her real quick. I'm gonna see if I can ping you. I probably can't because it's a gift. Okay. Say hello, friend, and I'll ping you. It just so happens, small world, very small world. I told you I'm from Chicago. and she's from Chicago also. We grew up in the same home church. Isn't that sweet? We found out. I went to her live. She's in the agency, y'all. I went to her live and just checking on her. And she's named her pastor. And Nate, well, she was talking about her pastor, didn't say the name yet. I was like, wait a minute. That sounds like my childhood pastor. And it turned out it was the same person. And so we crossed paths when I was like a little girl. I was probably like anywhere between 6 years old to about 15. I probably saw her in the same room. We probably were in the same church together at some point. So we crossed paths. I just know, just in my mind, I might have walked past her and didn't even know I was going to meet her so many years later. So sweet. And our grandparents, I'm sure they knew each other. Wow, that's amazing. I love it. Yep. Yep, isn't that sweet? That's so sweet. I was like, yeah. All right, Fred. Thank you all for being here. So let's get on with our topic. I appreciate you all coming in. We're gonna keep tapping. We're gonna keep talking. We're gonna talk through this. So the very first thing I just showed you guys, it was the top of that list was inauthentic gift request. Inauthentic gift request. Hey, Rim. Good live yesterday. Rim has kitty cats in her live stream. It was so cute seeing the cats. Diamonds, talk about how to get them. From gifting. Okay, let me ask that question of the room. How do y'all get diamonds? What's the answer there? Thank you so much, Gina. Regina, thank you so much. That is good to know. Knowing is how we grow. Yes. Anybody in the room, let's put this in the chat. How to get them. Gifts. That's it. So diamonds come from people sending gifts. When you receive a gift, from gifting, that's it. When you receive some, so the more gifts they turn into, absolutely. So whatever coin the person spends, so the paper crane, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna say 100 coins. I think it's 99 or 100. I can't remember which one. I think it's 99. I got 99 diamonds from that. If somebody sends a rose, one diamond. Somebody sends 5 roses, 5 different coins, 5 diamonds. So you as viewers, you're sending and supporting the live stream by supporting through gifting. Those convert to diamonds. Now, let me be very clear. Hey, Daniel, let me be very clear. Somebody's comment got filtered too, so if you want to put it in there. That doesn't mean you receive all of that. Everything is based on percentages with TikTok. So you are collecting diamonds, and those diamonds will convert into rewards for you based on what happened in your live stream. I'm embarrassed to say I do well here, but don't know the specifics. That's okay. No, and honestly, it's funny you asked that question, because that's why I've been talking about this. One of our other creators who had been in the agency for a minute, I did a one-on-one with her. She said, Doc, I need you to explain diamonds. She had been with us. She just celebrated almost a year. I'm not going to out her. But my point of saying that is there are creators here that still are trying to figure out how to make this all make sense. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you. Thank you for that, JB. Join butterflies. Thank you, Shelley. And so just recognizing, okay, so it's not just you, which is why this topic came about, really. Now, today's topic is going to talk about how to keep your money and not lose it. But ultimately, this topic came about because it wasn't enough being explained about the monetization elements here. And so, live host, you're collecting diamonds. Diamonds dictate, thank you for the Dr. Lisa Cares, diamonds dictate how much you, what league you're in. So I was teaching leagues yesterday. I won't do it today per se, but leagues are important for you to recognize and how you can league up. My caveat to that is don't pay attention to leagues if you have not built your community yet. Leagues are based on growing. Growing means that you've grown a community, or that you have some loyal people, some people who've gotten your fan club, you're building a community. Then you can pay attention to leagues. Hey, Harpo, thank you, JB. Thank you, Dula Shelley. And so you can start paying attention to leagues because you might be able to maintain that. The other thing I will say is don't pay attention to leagues if you ain't going live daily. Because it's a daily ranking. Oh, that's cute. What is that one? That's new. Heart My Earthling. Okay. So you can't pay attention to it if you're not going to go live daily, because it's a daily ranking. And so I don't want you to be frustrated like, oh, why aren't I leaguing up? What's going on? I stay in this league. It's that league is impacted by you going live daily and getting enough diamonds. That's the point. Okay. Uh, I'm an example of loving what I do and talking about it, and it all works out. Yes, yes, it's working out, friend. But we'll talk about strategy because I think with how your room is flowing, there's another level you could take, and having the information, then you can say, oh, now I see, and now I'll do this differently in my live stream. So I got you, friend. We're gonna get you there. It was too cute not to send. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate everybody coming in. We're going to keep this live lively. Perfect. I'm ready to learn. There we go. Okay, so here's what I would say. Let's talk about this because I want you guys to stay in compliant. Hey, Chronic Illness Stinks. Welcome to the room, friend. Inauthentic gift request. All right. Here's what you cannot do. And just keep this in mind. And they're doing this a little bit too because of AI. So I think AI has now become a part of these live streams where people are not showing themselves and they're letting the AI avatar or some kind of cartoonish type figure be in their live. And TikTok is like, no, 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 no. You can't do that. And so they're really kind of trying to regulate some of that. That's happening too. It does work out. You need to believe in you and make and have amazing activities in your corner. I got you, friend. I've seen it with my furry community. Yep. Thank you, friend. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. What have you seen, River, with your furry community? Tell me more, friend. What you mean by that? Thank you all for engaging with each other, too. I see you all. Thank you all for being here and connecting with one another. This is a great group of people to connect with. So if you are understanding how to build community and stuff, say something that you're connecting with them, reading their bio, and being authentic. That's what you want to do. Okay, so when it comes to this process, I want you guys to pay attention to TikTok says they don't want you to prioritize manipulation over creativity. So what people are doing is having like looping videos, some looping messages and stuff that is just like, hey, send this type of gift. I need this type of gift, and it's like this looping avatar robotic thing. So a lot of that's happening. We don't see, at least I don't see that type of content. That's not the type of content that's coming in my feed. But I'm sure somebody who's interested in that, they may see it. They may come across it. They're using AI animal avatars to stream live when gaming. Yes, yep. That's happening. They had in this webinar. They actually had clips of videos that are in violation, and it did seem like there was a lot of animated type content. Yeah, automated animated type content too. Yes. You said, what do you mean animation in the video? So imagine the AI videos that I know now they're becoming a lot more sophisticated, but the AI videos that look kind of like a avatar, so you know it's not a person, you know it's not a real person. It looks human-like, but it's not real. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? The avatar people, and so they have those now in the live streams, and they're talking to you, and they're sitting at a desk talking, but it's not a real person. So a lot of that's happening. And then there's a lot of the gamified like a transformer or something like that. You see that type of figures and stuff. And they're using that to kind of be in the live stream. And I think that's part of the gaming elements that happens here too. You said I've only seen that on Twitch and Discord. They're bringing it here. Yep, they're that's good. I feel like they're cheating. Yep, and that's what TikTok says. They're cheating. I didn't know that. Yep. So TikTok's like, they're cheating. Like, they can't do that. You all want to learn more about battles. Hi to you all to learn more about battles. Tell me more, friend. You want to learn about battles? Like VTubers. Is that it? What's that? What's VTubers? The YouTubers. Is that what you meant by that? Yes. Yeah. So they're starting to see that here. I don't see that content either. Yeah, I don't see that either. But I guess if somebody's into gaming, into some of that stuff, they probably see it. So TikTok's calling it out. They're seeing some stuff too when it comes to demeaning behaviors. They have the people, and again, they did it for, I don't know if this is real content or not, but again, it's like this AI figure that's in the screen that's like saying stuff like, oh, if you send me this type of gift, I'll, do something like, I'll eat this bug, or I'll, pour this bucket of slime on my head. And TikTok's like, you can't do that type of stuff either. You can't demean yourself to get gifts. Does that make sense? VTubers are the animated live streamers. Oh, I didn't know that. That's the name of them? Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. So does into AI's type of content too. So yeah, I didn't know that was the name of them. I just made it to 1K now, and Claude said to double down. Do you agree? Double down on what, content creation, going live? What are you double down and on? I agree if that's the case. But I don't know what you're saying. um, Post more. Yeah, definitely post more. Definitely. Yes, content creation is good. Need to do more than just say, oh, okay. So I had a note on here. So TikTok says you can't do dangerous behavior or demeaning or anything that is objectifying. Okay, so and so they're seeing a lot of that type of content where people are showing skin and being a little bit more manipulative, and they're trying to objectify themselves in order to get engagement that way. Yes, keep my eyes open. Yeah. So you got to be careful about how you present what you're doing, and not making it seem so provocative and objectifying yourself to get what you're trying to get engagement rather. So that's something you want to be mindful of and careful with. Um, and then obviously you can't be destructive and a dangerous behavior. People are, doing things where they're using, you know, maybe smashing watermelons and some other type of stuff on the screen, and breaking glass and all this other stuff. You can't do that. I gave the example of something that is destructive and dangerous, where someone had goldfish over like a bed of nails, and it was like, do you want me to go left or right, up or down, and all this other stuff, and it was gonna hurt the goldfish. Like, what you gonna do? Like, you can't do that type of behavior just as a way to get gifting and engagement. You said, I'm seeing a lot of people protesting lives getting shut down too. Um, a lot of people protesting the lives. What do you mean? And as a repercussion of that protest, they're not able to go live either. I remember you talking about showing our shoulders. Yes. So you got to be careful about skin. I'm going to get into the sexualization piece yet. That's another category. But yeah, be careful about, this was more like objectifying. Like, think about, you think about the back in the, this is like a college thing where you would have those auctions and stuff where people would auction off for a date, the date auctions. Like, you can't do that type of stuff. So when they go to protest, oh, and live protest. Okay, gotcha. They're streaming at a protest. Yes. Yeah, you gotta be careful about that type of behavior. What do you do when your viewers get rude and start body shaming? Oh my gosh, you can mute, block, and report them. If a viewer is acting up, just press the words and mute, block, and report. Don't tolerate that from people. Yeah. So you can absolutely do that and report them for body shaming. Yeah. The other behavior is, you cannot overemphasize and only say thank you and appreciate it, thank you, and you don't have content. Um, I just talked to someone about this. Yes, Jackie, welcome to the room. Hey, Miss Barbara. So let me explain that further. So when you have content, like I'm sharing this content and somebody sends a gift, I say, thank you very much, I appreciate that. Oh, that's a great gift. Then I go back to talking about my topic, or I talk about what you guys are sharing, or comments off a question someone asked. And so you got to have content. You got to have something you're doing. So the grow rooms, this inauthentic gift request is partially for those rooms, because oftentimes they don't have content. Hey, they don't have content. Thank you for the roses, friend. So for example, they're like, hey, you are, oh, I appreciate you. Come on now, let's pin you are. Oh my gosh, this game. Oh my gosh, thank you. Get your new besties and all this stuff. They're not talking about anything substantive. And if they are, they gotta shift the balance of that. Shift the more substantive conversation and not the grow room behavior. Does that make sense? So they want you to not use that as a tool to just sit there and not have content. Your live should be, I tell you guys all the time, it should be, educational, entertainment, inspiring. So you want to make sure you're teaching, you're educating your community, or maybe you're offering some kind of professional guidance and information. Maybe you're doing and playing an instrument or singing a song. You're doing something else beyond just sitting there saying thank you. Does that make sense? So you gotta be mindful about offering substance. All right. How you doing, Big Karen? Welcome to the room, friend. Others coming in, thank you so much. If you're new, feel free to say hi in the chat so we get to know you as well. Um, so that's the inauthentic gifting request. The next one was the sexualized suggestive content. They spend a lot of time about framing. So where you're at on the screen also matters. Thank you, Miss Barbara. So for example, and I got on a regular little blouse today, and so yesterday I had on my t-shirt, and it was like a V-neck, so you could see if I have to pull my shirt back, and so you could really not see a little bit of cleavage. That's fine. But if you're framing your camera, so that's what you're mainly seeing. If you're framing your camera so that maybe it's a crotch shot or something else, like you got to be careful about how your camera is framed. That'll trigger the algorithm as well. So framing matters, and it can't be sexualized framing. All right. Movement, sexualized, twerking, all that can trigger the algorithm for this type of sexually suggestive content. Okay. The other thing that they talked about is being mindful of your body parts being exposed unintentionally, and maybe it conveys that you are nude. Okay, so you got to be careful about what you're doing. So people with hair. So when I had my hair down, my hair was draping over. If it drapes over like if I had a tank top on, I don't wear tank tops, but if I had a tank top on, my hair's draping over it, and you don't see but nothing but skin, you can get a violation for that. And you may have on a tank top, you may have on a tube dress, you may have on clothing, but what the camera is seeing is very bare looking, and your body looks exposed. You can get in trouble for that too. So just be mindful. What I told people is that if you are having people in your guest boxes, you're responsible for telling them that too. They have to put on a sweater or a jacket or something. If it looks like they don't have on clothes, then that can trigger the algorithm, and you can get a violation. All right. Let me know if that makes sense. If you guys have a question, put Dr. Lisa Care stickers in the chat. If you have a question, let me know your question. Decor lovers, come on. Yes. He said decor. Thank you so much for the button hearts. I appreciate it. Great information. Thank you so much, Sweet Sense. I appreciate you guys. So you guys, any questions about that? We had a little chatter about that in my 4 o'clock live yesterday, because I think people were sharing, look at you, level 31 in the room. Congratulations, friend. I think several people were concerned about that because they wear tank tops. They do. I mean, I know it's leaning towards our female creators, but again, the algorithm is looking at what's on the screen. So you got to be careful about what you're doing. And if you're a creator that moves around in your live stream, I don't do a lot of movement. I'm here on the camera. You might see me move my chair, maybe switch and do that, but that's it. But if you're a creator that's getting up, walking, and doing stuff, be careful about what the camera is seeing. Okay? Be careful about that visual, because it can pick up on that. All right? I just want to make sure to say that. So camera framing, the movements, all that you want to be mindful of. And then again, all of these violations, or they said these are considered violations. They're technically restrictions for the most part, because they won't put you on the For You feed. You won't get pushed out, as well as you'll get your money taken away. That's what we're talking about. This is monetization. So you'll get your money removed. So you want to make sure that what you see on the camera, and in your mind, you're like, wait a minute, I have a tank top on. I have my tube dress on. But the viewer sees something else. And so you got to be mindful, what is the viewer's experience? All right? Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing well, Betty's baby cakes. Welcome to the room. Thank you for the follow, friend. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. And so be mindful of what you're showing. Okay, so now they said manipulative traffic. Thank you so much for those roses. Traffic engagement. And so now this is where people have looping videos, misleading promises, over asking. So we got to be careful about what you're telling people you're going to do if they do something. So you got to be careful of how that looks. They didn't talk about viewer wishes per se because they have that disclaimer that says they don't have to necessarily do this. But at the same time, I would say be mindful of what you put on your viewer wishes just so that it's not something that people are feeling as if they're not able to get what they sent you. Okay? Do TikTok shop. How do you get there? How do you get to TikTok shop? On the live, there's a shopping basket. You'll click that. I'm going to talk about shop my 4 o'clock live because somebody asked about that in my 4. So I said I'll save it. I was going to do this recap for the 10 of the violations. So if you want to come back at 4, I'll do a whole conversation about shop. That's true. Okay. So looping videos over requesting support, you got to be careful about how you do that. I don't. I'm a TikTok shop affiliate, so if you're a seller, I don't talk about the seller side because I don't sell, so I don't know what the seller side looks like. So I just talk about the affiliate experience and things you want to be aware of as an affiliate. Okay. So keep in mind, the looping videos is important if you are someone in your live. And I thought about this for my creators that use voice chats and you're sharing maybe a recap of a live you've done in the past or maybe your podcast. So be mindful if there's any when you think about like dead space, there's no sound or anything coming through. You gotta be mindful of that so that it doesn't sound like it's repeating and looping and maybe you talk during that time frame. So making sure that you're there and you're able to talk if you're going to use a pre-recorded content. All right. Personal care fundraising. TikTok says you can't get on this live stream begging or guilt tripping in the name of a fundraiser. You know how people will come here. Hey, Jackie, thank you so much for that Daily Harmony. You know how people will come here and they're saying their life story and maybe they've had some devastating news or a struggle that most people haven't experienced and some challenges in life. And so they're overcoming here. They got to be mindful of how they do that. They cannot make it sound like, woe is me, now send me something. Okay, so you got to be careful. Dr. Lisa, I don't know how to word it, but I have had one in my live, their name was inappropriate. Oh, sometimes I will tell people if their name is a little off. I've had that once or twice where I've had to tell somebody about their name. I don't say it. You got to be careful about what you say. And so sometimes I say, hey, friend, because I don't know how to pronounce names. But sometimes I say it because I'm like trying to side eye that name. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to say that. There was somebody who had a name that was our current president's name. And he would come in my live all the time. I would never say their name because I was like, TikTok is not going to hear me say that man's name. I don't want them to think my live is anything about that. And so I don't say the name. I didn't say this person's name because of that. Because again, it's my live. My live is, I keep it a certain way. And I'm mindful of what it's hearing coming from my mouth. And so that's why I wouldn't say that person's name. I'd be like, hey, how you doing? How do I say post to my stories? Post to your stories. When you are at the very bottom, there's 3 dots. Click that, and it says scroll over at the bottom row. It says add to story. Click that, and that's how you add it to your story. So it's after you post the video, go back to that video, click the 3 dots in the lower right corner, and scroll all the way over, and it says add to story. That's good advice. When name is inappropriate, I will say I'm not saying your name. I'm gonna call you. He was like, I give you a nickname. That's a good way to do it too. You can give him a nickname. Be like, hey, here's your new nickname from my room. I was afraid to say it, so I didn't say it. Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it if it's inappropriate. Because that, again, the algorithm's listening to you. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Enjoy leaving. You see you later. Thank you so much, Brent. I appreciate you. You said that you had that too. Yep. I will be playful and say, you know, I can't say that. This is your this is your name now. That's cute. Oh yeah, this is your name. um, I think sometimes, like I said, I educate people on having names that are all lowercase, and maybe their username is similar to their is the same as their name in the live stream, and most people don't realize they can change that and make it uppercase letters and spaces, so you're not having struggling to read what their name is, because they just made it all lowercase in one word. So I would tell people that on occasion too, especially if they're coming back frequently. I'd make sure people are aware that they should make that edit. Yeah. But yeah, be careful what you say. Anything like that, you can get in trouble for. So the fundraising, personal care fundraising, you're not supposed to be doing. You're really not supposed to be fundraising in the name of some other organization to any great extent here anyway. Okay. Um, reducing content. I'm sorry, reproducing content. So TikTok says your content needs to be original content. It needs to be original content. And so making sure that you're not repurposing someone else's content. A lot of people are getting that one. And let me explain how. And I want you to be mindful of what you're doing. All right. So a lot of people are getting this reproducing content one. Um, what if they're collecting money from their religious community? Yeah, you're still not supposed to fundraise for that because again, that could be partially perceived as manipulation, and they don't know if it is for their religious community. Maybe you're just collecting and you're pocketing it. So I would say most cases you shouldn't do it. Yeah. That worked. Thank you. You're welcome. I got that one because I was showing a timer on my iPad. Yep. 100K. Oh, look at us. Look at us. Thank you all. Thank you for the tabs. I appreciate that support, you all. Thank you so much, Star, for the populars. Appreciate your friend. So this reproduced content, what's happening is, and I know some of you are affiliates for other courses or communities, or you have um, some type of service you're offering and it's aligned with some other organization. When you show that content, keep in mind, there's other creators showing that same content. There's an organization that probably you purchased that from. They're showing that content. And TikTok sees that as reproduced content. It's not original. You might be showing some modules in the school community. Maybe you're showing some features. Thank you for the wink winks, friends. Thank you for the roses as well. And so you got to be careful about what you show when you flip your camera. And maybe you're thinking like, hey, I see the other people doing this. It doesn't matter. Thank you so much, Star. I appreciate it. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it is reproduced content, technically. Okay? So you got to be careful about what you're showing. What about memes made by CapCut? On the live stream, you're showing that? In what way? You're flipping the camera and showing CapCut content. It could be considered reproduced as well. Yeah. Yeah. So be careful with that. I know there's people in the agency that have that situation, but when you are flipping your camera and showing that program, that course, whatever it is, you are showing someone else's content. So be mindful of what you're showing. When you flip that camera, be mindful of what you're showing as an example of what that community offers. Like maybe you're showing someone's video content or pre-recorded content from maybe a webinar or something. Again, because you're showing it, somebody else might have showed it and it's reproduced and it's not your original content. And so TikTok will get you for reproduced content. I've seen a lot of CapCut videos. You're saying from the content side, that's fine. Are we talking about the live stream though, Betty's? So again, so be aware of that. That's probably the number one they pointed out that is getting dinged all the time. That's a high one. Static image is another one. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Okay. So Hey, Willie D, thank you for that daily harmony. Others coming in, if you're new to the room, feel free to come in, ask questions. We're talking about the monetization webinar I attended that will get you deducted, your monetization deducted for the live stream. No, not the live stream. Okay, yes, it's CapCut content. As long as you do it correctly, um, not just literally upload the exact same video. You could use the templates and put your content, your information in it, and so that's acceptable. Thank you for the Dr. Lisa Cares. Appreciate your friend. Um, you said, did you discuss music? Did I discuss music? Did they discuss music? Um, this low interaction talks about music a little bit, but they didn't really go into music like that. Um, yes, I get static image puzzle all the time, even though I'm running around the backyard. You know, the puzzle piece is different. The puzzle piece, I honestly believe the puzzle piece is TikTok's way of just keeping you on your toes. So if you walk away from that camera, that puzzle piece may come. I've been on my screen showing myself like this, going up and down, talking to people. People have been engaging and commenting stuff, and I still get the puzzle piece. So I'm of the camp that it is random. There's no rhyme or reason, and I have not figured out what is the rhyme or reason. So I'm gonna chalk it up to being a way to keep you on your toes. That's what it is, in my opinion. Others coming in. So we're talking about monetization violations that will happen. That makes more sense. Yeah, I got the puzzle piece a few times. Okay, yeah. What is a puzzle piece? TikTok will send this puzzle piece in your room. It'll come on the screen, and you have to match the little puzzle piece, slide it over to match the little empty space that you got to slide it into. So again, I think it's a random thing. I got the puzzle piece yesterday when I scrolling yesterday. The puzzle piece comes every time I reach the hour mark, like clockwork. It does for me too. Typically, it's not right on the hour. It's like 59 minutes or 56 minutes. It's right in that time frame though. Yeah, I've noticed that. Oh yeah, I got the camera piece, puzzle piece, and had to end my live. If you miss the puzzle piece, it makes the live end. So if you miss it or don't match it up correctly, it'll make it end. Yeah, that's the consequence of missing it. 400 minutes, royal blessing. Thank you so much. Thank you for teaching me. I'm trying to move higher. There we go, friend. I love it. I love it. Let's see. So you said it was the first time I got it while watching a live. Yeah, I've heard people say they get it while watching the live. I haven't experienced that yet. Yeah, I've heard a few people say they've gotten it from watching. And I would say maybe that's because you're not engaging. Were you engaging, Soda? What was you doing at the time, Soda? Was it random or was you doing something? Let me know. Yeah, me too, about an hour, yeah. That thing drove me nuts. I thought it was a game that they wanted to play with me and my viewers. The viewers can't see it. The viewers can't see it. You said it was very strange. Let's see. 50 minutes. Thank you, BB. Welcome to the room. Congratulations to you. Thank you, friend. I wasn't even watching the live. It was a video. Oh, it was on the video side, the content side? That's strange. I was watching the shop video on FYP and added Adam to shop. Not interesting. Not the crowd laugh. You're so funny. Hey, Flourish. I thought it was a game too. Interesting. So keep that in mind, friends. Just know that you when you're doing your live for the low interaction, you want instead so you don't get the puzzle piece. You want to pause your live. Okay. Thank you. I have to go. I have a little. Okay. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you so much, Patrice and Bloxy. Welcome to the room. Wink, wink. You think I can sell T-shirts? Yeah, maybe if you have a TikTok shop or a TikTok shop affiliate, possibly. In order to avoid the puzzle while you are doing something, if you have to get up from your live, you want to pause the live. That's across the board. You can pause up to 6 times throughout a live stream. So if I was to get up right now and get up and walk away, I would need to pause that live. If I'm gonna go check on something, do something, I pause my live every time. I just don't get up and walk away. I make it so that I don't want the algorithm to send the puzzle while I walked away. I don't want somebody to come in and want to co-host with me and I walked away from the screen. Yes, I always pause before I walk away. Yeah, you gotta pause. I've seen some of my people in my agency where I come and see them on the screen and I'm like, well, where they at? And they did not pause that live. And they come back, but they did not pause the live. So pause the live. You say guilty. And so make sure you pause the live. Let me know if you don't know how to pause the live. When you pause, does it keep your numbers? Yes. Yep. For the unless people decide to leave, people can always leave, you know. So, but yeah, your numbers, unless they decide to walk away, they can. I don't. When I pause it, I don't stay away long. I mean, usually 10 seconds, 15, 20 seconds. It's not long. Like so, for example, like there's been times I'll hear the doorbell ring and I'm like, ooh, I'm the only one here. Let me pause the live and see who's at the door. And it's like the long person, something like that. So those are like the longest times I've had to stay away, and it's still under a minute. So just keep that in mind. If you have to get up and go somewhere, pause the live. My live goes off every night around 10. We be engaging and the live goes down. I have, sweetheart, what's happening? If it's doing that, that sounds like you're missing a puzzle piece. Something's happening. How many times can you pause the live? Up to 6. River, thank you for those stickers. I walk away leaving, but I'm still close. Usually because I'm chasing a different cat. Okay. Well, again, if you are showing something on your camera, that's fine. Pausing the live is to prevent that puzzle piece coming on. Maybe preventing someone co-hosting. If you get those co-host requests and the timer is going for that and they pop up on your screen. So little things like that you wanna pay attention to. You said I don't know, sweetheart. Are you doing voice chats? Are you doing multi-panel boxes? Is there something going on? I'm going to talk about a couple more things that could be triggering it, but it just depends what's happening with that live stream. Are you scheduling the live also? Sleep lives are a no-no. Low engagement. So we're talking about low engagement. So pause your live to avoid violations. Sleep lives you cannot do. You cannot do. You cannot go to sleep when you're live. So I know people are doing it. That is not acceptable. That's a form of manipulation too, they said. So you can't do that. Voice chats, if you are not talking, if you are not, and you are just playing music, that's a no-no. They are really becoming more strict about those voice lives. Do not mute your microphone. Again, muting your microphone on a voice live is what you do. It's all audio. So you can't mute the microphone under any circumstances. And again, they will give you a restriction. The voice lives, they're trying their best, from my opinion, they're trying their best to weed them out. So if you are somebody who uses them, you want to use those effectively. All right. I saw a full panel with everyone's picture on its sleep. Oh, wow. I talk all the time. You talk all the time throughout the live. Oh, I have mine muted. Half the time when others are talking, yeah, don't mute your microphone. Yeah. So you were okay, maybe because the people were talking, possibly, but you want to get in the habit of not muting it. Don't, because you're the host. It's still your room. Yep, still your room. And then you can't play. I know people play the TikTok music, so you just can't constantly loop and keep playing the TikTok music. You know what I'm saying? So those songs, and you have to talk. Yeah. Sometimes it gets loud where okay, gotcha. Just be careful. I think because the voices are still happening, maybe they're not dinging it. But you can't play the TikTok music only. You also have to have your mic unmuted and talking. Or if you're playing your podcast or playing a pre-recorded, because you're not supposed to, just make sure they're not playing commercials. Make sure there's no like quiet moments. Fill the quiet moments in, pause it, and you talk. so that way you can manage through the recording correctly. Yeah. Let's see. You said sometimes I get loud there. Okay. Sometimes the loudness. Yeah. Hey, pals. And so you want to be careful about what you're doing in those lives. So the sleep lives, no, those are donos now. Um, Redirecting is the other one that they said is pretty prevalent. So when it comes to directing people to third-party platforms, you can't verbally or even show something on the screen visually. A lot of people are getting that one. I'm so ready for school to start. Greetings from Chicago. Hey, neighbor or family. I'm originally from Chicago. I live in Orlando now. But hello, friend. Last night. What? Why was it? What was it about the live? What happened, sweetheart? Um, so keep that in mind. You cannot redirect people. Whether you have a website, another social media platform, you're not supposed to be redirecting. Why didn't my live show up? What you mean? Why didn't your live show up? Hello, Tammy. Welcome to the room. Others coming in. Thank you for the follow, sincere. So what do you say when they ask where your stuff is from? You're gonna leverage Service Plus. So right here, this is Service Plus. This is a pin card. You got 30 seconds. You could talk about this, or you can direct them to Service Plus here. Under Service Plus in the corner, you have the ability to have a Service Plus bio. When they click that, you'll see 3 different frequently asked questions. They click that, and then they can then you can give it, it allows you to save a quick response, and you can and that gets sent as well. I was live and I couldn't find it to post clips. You couldn't find the recordings? Okay, I'll tell you what the recording says in a second. Give me 1 second. Thank you so much for clicking that. So when it comes to Service Plus, it's your ability to talk about your services. Now keep in mind, Service Plus is intended for people who have digital products, services that they're offering, consultation, coaching, mentoring, online community. If you have ebooks, a course, uh, any kind of checklist or any kind of physical product, then Service Plus is for you. Physical products, technically that person should have TikTok Shop for seller if you're selling your own stuff, or become a shop affiliate. So when TikTok says redirecting, TikTok's like, well, wait a minute. Hey, Joel, you should have, some type of tie to TikTok where you're using the Service Plus feature or you're using TikTok Shop features to sell your product or service or sell your physical product. That's the way they look at it. Be careful. Be careful. I don't want you guys to be in a situation where you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to tell you to go to this website or this place here and get my information. The more you do that, how you do that, the approach you take, whether you're flipping your camera, showing a website, or showing something, TikTok sees all that. And they're really trying to become more strict on people redirecting people off the platform. What I heard from a previous training they did is that they don't know all these websites that people are directing them to. And because of that, they're trying to safeguard the community and make sure people are doing things correctly, or they don't do it at all. Okay? So, I said, hello, Tammy. How are you doing? I'm doing well, friend. So, what do you say when they ask where your stuff is from? You can say, message me on Service Plus, send me an inbox. I'll send you my Service Plus response, which will include my webpage. So your Service Plus response, you can add a web page. Yep, you can send it in a DM, but you just can't do it in the live and flip your camera and show them that way. So you can't promote another social media platform. You're really not supposed to. I had issues trying to go live and say, did you, friend? AI, welcome to the room, friend. And then I don't want to lose my comment. I think I need to show Pascal. I'll show you where I'll tell you where the live video recordings are in a second. What was the question I was about to answer? I can't remember now. Hey Alice, good information. Thanks. That's what I do. Send them to messages. Yeah, they have to go to messages. Yeah. Keep going. But you kept going. Okay. I had issues trying to go live. What happened to your live, friend? Um, so recordings. When you go on your profile, Pascal, when you go on your profile, click the TikTok Studio. It's on your profile, or the three lines in the top right corner. Click that and scroll down to TikTok Studio. Once you click that, you'll see post at the top and you'll see live under TikTok Studio. I want you to scroll over to the live side. I want you to scroll down because the live side is called the live center. So scroll down the live center, not to the bottom, but right above the bottom section, there is a section that says tools and resources. The very first box is live recordings. So that's where you see your live recordings. And clips are there. Clips that they gave you, you can create your own clips too. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for those stickers. Go live stickers. We're going to get this chat going. I tried to project my phone through the studio. Oh, you're using Live Studio. Oh, yeah, Live Studio. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think you have to use like OBS or something like that to make it project. The other way to make it project is through here on the app, the mobile gaming. That's another way to project it. Thanks for this information. You're welcome, Madam B. Oh, okay. Yep. So, I'm headed out. I'm about to do my kitty cat live. See you later. All right, friend. Take care. Good job. She's literally out in the yard with the cats. The cats are like climbing trees, climbing stuff. It's super cute though. How do you get sound effects? Sound effects are under the gift box for you guys as a live host. Is under the wand. That's where effects are. AI print habits. Let me know, friend. So let me know if you have any questions. I know you said your live didn't go as planned. Thank you. You're welcome, friend. Let me go see. I never had issues about things. Okay. I use OBS with Live Studio, but you have to add in certain sources. Yes. So I would tell you go on the home screen, AI prints, go on the home screen and of TikTok and just search and see if someone's talked about using OBS. Yeah. Just My Boutique. I want to promote my play. All right. Hey, Auntie Mail. How can I tell people about tickets without being banned? You could talk about it in the content. You should be able to. Depends on how you do the video and how you talk about it, but you could talk about it in the content. That's the way I would approach it. I don't think I would do it in the live per se. Or if you do it in the live, you could probably have like some information that you share under Service Plus, or you can. People use coded language. Maybe you can like abbreviate like when we say the FB and IG. That's what I want to say. When it comes to the other platforms, I don't say their names as much. I try to use initials. You heard us talk about the WN for whatnot. So I try to use initials so people can catch on really quickly. Thank you so much, friend. I take a sip of water. I drink my water off the camera because TikTok doesn't like drinking as much on the camera. So just know that's something you want to be careful with. Spark Level Up Cake. Congratulations. Congratulations, friend. So redirecting is a big one. So be careful about how you say things and the repetitiveness. And then I'm going to say this, you all. I know some of y'all are going to be like, Doc, how do I do this? Take that link out the bio. Thank you for the donut. That link in the bio is impacting your views. So try your best to do it without the link in the bio. I spent all day yesterday trying to make a banner, but every single time it was too big. You know, you can take your fingers and shrink it. Is that what you're talking about? This board? Is that what you meant? You can shrink it with your fingers. Dang. We breathe on camera. Yeah, that link in the bio can get you in trouble. So I tell people if you have another page, you can talk about it there. So what I typically do, like when I'm talking about the agency, I'll put the agency in the room with me. It's tapping the screen. So it just said hello. I'll pin it. And this is the account that has my Stan Store. So if you want to get information, then you can click this account. That's the Stan Store. So that's how you would get to my other resources. And I tell people to follow that account. It is a workaround. It's not super easy. So when I don't pin this page, I usually will pin Service Plus. I'll talk about consultations and tell people to message me. So again, you got to message me. So whether you follow this account, go straight to that account, and then look at the bio there, or if you're here in my room and you're leveraging Service Plus, you're gonna click Service Plus, and that's the way to do it. If you're interested in an agency, you can join and follow the agency page. That is where the application is. It's in my stand, and it's in the first 5 or so videos. It's also pinned in those videos. So those are the places you can go to join the agency. If you're interested in the agency, I'll talk about it a little later. I'm almost wrapping up here with the restriction stuff that I wanted to share with you all, but I'll talk about the agency too. All right. So really quickly, we got about 3 more I want to cover. Monetization involving youth. You cannot, I'm going to say it multiple times, multiple ways. You cannot, hey Flourish, have minors on the live. No one under 18, you know. And I think TikTok is being very clear. They're going to be cracking down on this. Thank you so much for that level up cake, friend. They're going to be probably cracking down on this because FB, they just got a lawsuit about this. They literally in litigation about this. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they lost. And they have to pay so many millions. Hey, Thankful, welcome to the room. Be thankful. Thank you, friend. And so keep that in mind. I don't want you guys to get out here and be like, oh, I thought I could just show my little niece. Oh, show my little guy. I saw a kid stepping into live. Yeah, that's not a, they can't stay there. Hopefully that creator got that baby off the live. Because no, they're not supposed to be on the live stream. So, but just be mindful of that, okay? Thank you, Thankful. Thank you for that daily heart me soda. Welcome back, friend. I am Kim. Thank you for the heart me. Guilty as charged. Yeah, Auntie Mel. Yeah. Having them babies on the screen, the grandbabies, the niece, the nephews, the son, daughter, because I got a little boy, he's 6. Y'all have never seen him on my live stream. Y'all have seen his little squeaky voice, heard his little squeaky voice, but you've never seen him. And I knew I didn't want to show him in general, but TikTok says it's not allowed. And so be mindful. They have 2 different types. One is where, how do they word it? Youth centric. So meaning that your content and what you're doing is really focused on the kids. Okay? It's for your own protection. Yep, it is. It's for theirs. And again, it goes back early on. I said this is mainly about manipulating. They don't want you to use the kid to manipulate people, maybe guilt trip them and make them feel sad, and or make them feel happy and excited for your little one and their talent and knowledge or whatever. And you're engaging because of that. Hey, Dr. Lita. Hey, Happy. How are you, friend? So it really is important that you don't have the kids on the app, okay? Or on the live. Thank you, Dr. Pleta. Content that is youth centric, meaning that if you have content where you're talking to the minors, think about your content is like Disney Channel, and you're doing like the little cartoon stuff, and you're singing little cartoon kitty stuff. That is not allowed. That is not allowed. TikTok's like, who you trying to get in your room? The kids? What you doing? So you cannot do that. So you got to make sure, and again, they're mindful of your content being too focused on the kids. So your content should be focused on a mature audience, because kids can't go live, and they don't want them in the live streams like that either. Oh, wow. Good to know. Yep. And so they don't want them in a live stream like that, and they don't want your live to be nothing but focused on kids anyway. So it should be focused to the parents. So maybe your content is like, hey, when you have a kindergartner, you want to make education fun. Here's some ways you can do it, mom and dad, in your home as well. You could do these, so you're talking to the adults, but you're not talking to the kids. Thank you so much, Chronic Illness. Appreciate your friend. Thank you for the support. So you got to be careful about what you say and do. And then when they say youth heavy, meaning that the kid is sitting in the room, sitting on your lap, popping up on the screen, You know, every time you move, they move. So you got to make sure the kids are not in the room. Thank you, Dr. Fleeta, for sharing out this live. I appreciate it. If you guys don't mind supporting as well with sharing out the live, we are 90 minutes into this live. I'm going to thank you so much. Have a great day, room. Thank you so much, friend. I am going to I usually do 2 hours. Um, so I'm going to get off in about 30 minutes. We're going to get off. I'll wrap it up. But my point is, make sure these youth are not coming on the camera. If it's youth heavy, meaning that they're in the room, they keep walking in and out of the frame, you cannot have the babies on the camera. Cannot have the little people. Anyone under the age of 18 cannot come on your stream. All right. Hey, Michaela, welcome to the room. If they have a youthful face, hey, Derek, make sure they're of age. Okay. Make sure they're of age. All right. So keep that in mind. And I know there's some young people. Thank you so much that really do have a tough go because they look young, and TikTok algorithm is going to card them, and they're gonna have to battle with the age restriction issues. But just make sure you're not dealing with that too, and you don't have small people, young people on the camera. All right. Let me know if that makes sense. Put in the chat, Dr. Lisa cares. If you guys don't mind dropping that sticker. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome, Good Vibes. Welcome to the room, friend. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you. Good Vibes, you need a bio, friend. Be sure to update your profile so that you have a bio. TikTok knows who you are and the room does too. Hey, Kurt, thank you for the Dr. Lisa cares. Thank you for those stickers. Thank you, friend, for the stickers. Oh, appreciate you, friend. Thank you for the Daily Heart Mate. Okay, last couple things. Now these are the things that are going to get you in trouble. Again, we'll take your money away. All right, Millie, welcome to the room. You're welcome. Thank you, friend. Disruption expert, welcome to the room. Your live cannot be low visual quality, meaning that if you have content where your lighting is not good, and so it's dim looking, it looks dark, TikTok can't see you, the audience can't see you, that's a no-no. And I would advise you, try to have better lighting if you can, to just see if the lighting is causing you to get suppressed. That's what I've seen with some other creators. Yes, I will. Thanks. And so you don't want to be suppressed. Hey, Jess, you don't want to have suppression issues going on. So your lighting could be impacting that. The other thing I will say, if your camera is blurry, we talked about this the other day. Hey, Peacock, welcome to the room. Went live yesterday. Look at you. Congratulations, friend. We talked about this the other day. Someone was saying they got a restriction and they had, I think they got that consuming substances could be a problem. It was like a little warning label on their live. And I mentioned the blurriness and they talked about that. Your camera. Thank you, friend. Auntie Mill, but appreciate you, friend. This is your other page. I appreciate your friend for that. That's cute. So you want to be careful with that. So if your lens is blurry, if it looks hazy, if you don't have a good visual quality, TikTok will say, no, you can't do that. Okay? Live Studio will tell you if your listening is bad. Okay, your audio. If your camera needs to be adjusted. Yeah, that's good. That's good. TikTok will give you messages now. Now we're getting those pop-out messages. That's true. We do get those. We get those too. And so your lighting too. And so keep that in mind. If you've gotten those messages, if you're getting those messages and you're trying to stick to your aesthetic, you're going to have to adjust. You're going to have to spend some time making that adjustment because it's not going to push your stream out. And then now you're at the point where you may get a restriction. You might get that static imagery. And so that needs to be good. You can't have a black screen, you can't have a blank screen, and you can't have a blurry screen. So those 3 B's, you can't have those. So it needs to be good visual quality. TikTok will also ding you if you're using effects like the gingerbread man. That one keeps getting people in trouble. And then the moving curtain, that curtain effect thing, If you don't have other things going on, if that's what you're trying to conceal, TikTok doesn't like that either. Okay, Kita. So keep that in mind. Those effects are triggering for triggering the algorithm, and so you want to change it up. All right. Thank you so much. God bless, child. Welcome to the room, friend. Hello, hello. Good morning, Kita. Um, so keep that in mind. I don't want you guys to get in trouble because you're trying to use some other things to conceal maybe your background, or you don't want to be on the camera. I'm going to say you're going to have to fix what you're saying and doing. And then ultimately, if you are getting those restrictions, you're going to have to make a decision, because you can't keep getting restrictions because they'll take your account away. That's how you get banned. So you're going to have to do some course correction. All right? And then maybe TikTok isn't for you if it's so strict. Because TikTok, we started this off by saying TikTok is strict. It is. So just be mindful of that. You have, friend, you have live access. You go out to get followers. Is that works? You said it works for you? Yeah, you do have followers. So that's good. All right, friends. Okay, I was checking my YT for a second. Okay, so let's do this. Last thing. Warnings won't get you in trouble. I just want to make sure I say that. So you won't get in trouble with warnings. Warnings are just that. It's just kind of letting you know, putting you on alert. So course correct if you get a warning. If you have questions about a warning you received, let me know. I can look into it if need to make sure I understand why you got it. Okay? And then TikTok does shadow ban. They name this so that you don't get pushed out on the For You feed. Because you're doing any of these violations, they will shadow ban you. So it could impact you beyond that feed. Okay? So you wanna make sure you appeal it. You wanna make sure you don't continue to do things so you don't have a shadow ban issue for every time you try to go live. Any questions about that? We talked about monetization. Any other monetization efforts I need to talk about? If you want me to talk about something else, maybe how to make money. That's how not to get your money taken from you. But if you need to know how to get money, let me know if that's the case. Unique Guide, welcome to the room. Roxanne, welcome as well. Who in the room is a live host? Just put in the chat yes. If you are a live host, put in the chat yes. And then Auntie Mia, why you put the ear there? Yes. All right. That's good. Good. Oh, how you doing, Tasha B? Good afternoon. All right, so we got a lot of live hosts in the room. That is lovely. A lot of the names I know, which is awesome. Hello, everyone. Glad to be here. You're welcome, friend. Welcome to the room. Means I'm listening. There we go. All right. Love your, oh, thank you, friend. You love the puff. Appreciate that, Angela. Why some people do matches. What was the usage? Oh, okay. So let me talk about battles. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. And like I said, if you are new to the room, put new in the chat. Moved up to C2. Congratulations. It was gonna happen. I was like, you had all 3 nuggets. Awesome, friend. That is awesome news. New to the room, Unique, you're new to the room. Welcome to the room, my friend. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all the support. Dr. Lisa, how can I check the engagement for a person in my room? The likes and the gifts. The gifts is a separate space from the likes. There's 2 different spaces. Gifts, let's go there first. You know what? I'll do show and tell since we got people in the room. And then we'll talk about battles in a second. Because I have another 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. So I'm going to pull up my board. I'm taking my board away and pull up my screen on the so I can show it to you. So this is for gifting. Let me go here. Gotta go and show it. So this is for the gifting feature. So let me shrink this. Move this up a little bit. You said, what's the purpose of the league level? To keep you going live, keep you challenged and growing as a live host. So you want to pay attention to your league level and keep you being consistent. Leagues is for daily engagement. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it today, but I may give a sneak peek about leagues. Give me 1 second. Um, live gifts. So the 3 dots in the corner, you guys see an arrow. Hey friends, you guys see an arrow. I see 3 dots. When I click the 3 dots, I get this screen. Right there is live gifts. So you can see the live gifts. All right. Really quickly, when we talked about pausing a live, you see the radio buttons at the top, that top banner. That's the pause, that's the mute the microphone, that's the mirror your screen so you can see words in your background correctly. That's something people need to do more often. If you guys are going to sit behind something on your wall, like artwork that has words or something like that, I would say flip that, mirror the camera so people can see the words correctly. So that's a quick little nugget. And then the last thing, the circle here is how you flip your camera to the back camera. So if you guys want to see this room I'm in, the back of it, I would flip the camera there. Okay? So I just wanted to make sure I point that out. But live gifts are here. Once I click this live gift button, I am going to get this screen. So it takes me here. And so then once I click this screen, you see the gift record. It's on this side, it's grayed out. Once I click that, I would click the gift record. And then that's going to show me the record of when someone sent a gift, what they sent, who sent it, how many they sent. So that's how you see it. Okay? So that's the gift record. The other question to see people's comments. Let me show you this. So if I click your photo, this is Porch Talk with Pamela. You see the comments here? Oh, no, this is not going to be this screen. But that's the same thing. You're going to click this button here, but it's a different option. Hold on 1 second. It's going to be somebody else I did it for recently. Did I do it recently? This is a different example. Give me 1 second. You have to go through your camera roll. So I did screenshots. I'm about to show the wrong thing, but let me see if I can find it. If I can't find it, I'll do a new screenshot. Okay. Okay, yeah, I just found it. So let me do this one. Okay. I can't see your comments right now, you all, so I'll come back in a second. And then once you click the little message in here, then you can see this page. So you can see how many likes they sent, how many shares, they didn't send any shares, how many comments, how long they've been watching your live, and how many days they've been following you. So that's that screen. And then comments, you can see the last 10 comments. So that's what this screen is. Okay? So that's how you see it. You got to click their profile as a live host. Let me know. Thank you for the glasses. I missed it, Christopher. Thank you, friend. Thank you so much. Perfect. You're welcome to see the likes. Yep, that's how you see the likes. All right. Thank you all. Appreciate you all supporting the live stream. So that's how you see it. Let's see. Thank you, friends. You guys are awesome. Let's go here. Let me put my board back up. Put the board back up, and we're going to talk about battles real quick, and then I'll try to sneak in a little bit about leagues. So somebody asked about battles, match events. Have you guys? I really needed this to see if people who are requesting a song in live is actually engaging. Okay, yeah, okay. So are you using viewer wishes for the song request? Yeah, so yeah, make sure they're engaging too. That's good. That's good. Good to be on top of that. Thank you, friend. Thank you for the wink winks. Appreciate you all for the other gifts too. Yeah, so you definitely want to do that. No, but I'm about to. Okay, yeah, take a look and see what they're doing. Battles. Thank you for the rose. When you guys do a match event, that's the official name of it. Okay, so the official name is called a match event. And you can match with another creator to share about, to match with another creator to compete, to do a competition. Oh, thank you so much, Janice. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you so much for that. Kim, welcome to the room. Appreciate that. That's such a sweet gift. I love that. Appreciate that, J Styles. Appreciate you, friend. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the gifting. I appreciate the gifting, everybody. So you can do that. Thank you, friend. Thank you for that. You can pair with them, and then you're going to compete for the most points. Okay, so it's points, and in those points, you get diamonds for the gifting. Okay, so really quickly, as a live host, what are you trying to get? Put in the chat for me. What's the number one thing you're trying to get? Tell me what you're trying to get as part of your metrics. What are you trying to get? I actually just said it. Thank you, Unique. Appreciate your friend. Thank you. I am Kim Love Jones. Appreciate the diamonds. I see it. God bless child. You put in there. You said diamonds, sweetheart. Okay. So it's diamonds. Diamonds. I wanna make sure I'm teaching that under this monetization. Diamonds. Diamonds is what you're trying to get as a live host. And so the diamonds work towards your monetization. It's part of your rewards that you earn. You said, oh yeah. And then it's also part of the leagues we just talked about. And when you battle, people are competing with you. And so you're collecting diamonds from the gifting that happens. Now, gifting diamonds are different from points. Points on the screen is points because you can have double the points, triple the points, 5 times the points. Points are multipliers. They could be multipliers. So that doesn't mean you're going to get multiple diamonds. Whatever that person sent is what you're going to get in diamonds. Okay? Shine bright like a diamond. There we go. Okay? So whatever they sent is what you're going to get in diamonds. So they're not multiplied. Does that make sense? I just want to make sure you guys are not missing that picture. You got to make sure that you are receiving diamonds. Those diamonds that you're receiving is going to be a separate tally than the points on the screen. Okay? Makes sense. Now, if there was no multipliers to your points and your diamonds are probably going to be the same. I will say that. So maybe you didn't get 2 times the points or 3 times the points. You got no speed. That's kind of the name for them. They call them speed when it's extra. It's extra the points. And so maybe you didn't get those, and if you didn't get them, then whatever was sent is what you got in diamonds. So in those situations they do equate to the same thing, but most times they don't. So be aware that you want to make sure that you are. Thank you, friend. Appreciate that. That you think about this strategically. Thank you so much for the gifting. Y'all so sweet. And the populace and the Dr. Lisa cares. Okay. So the other thing I want to say with battles, who asked the question about battles? Let me know if you had a specific question. Like, what is it? So it's a competition. TikTok likes battles. I'm going to say that. It is really helpful if you're looking to grow your stream and you're collecting more diamonds. TikTok likes it because it's a 5-minute competition. It's a 5-minute match. And in that match, the most diamonds wins. And the most points wins. You get whatever you received, no matter if you win or lose. And then if you win, your top 3 people get extra ammunition. I call it that. It's like power-ups is the name of it. But they get those power-ups that they can use for your next competition, your next match. And so they have to use them for you. Okay? Never did one. We're doing one this Saturday as an agency. I need to reiterate that because anybody who does not want to participate, let me know and I will remove you. God bless the child. I don't think you're included yet because I think the announcement went out before you joined. I have to check. I don't think it caught you yet, or maybe it did. I have to check. How to invite someone? How to invite someone to a match? So there is the rings. You guys see Service Plus. You said I'm participating. Yes. God bless child. Message me here. Actually, message me here if you want to do a battle, and I can confirm if you're on the list. And that way I don't forget. Just put in the chat battle, and that way I can confirm if you're on the list. Have a graduation on Saturday. Okay, so you can't participate. So I need to make sure you are not participating. This is somebody else I was supposed to make sure. Oh gosh, I don't think they messaged me. Okay, I'm gonna have to try to remember. Okay, so there's 2 rings. They're interlocking rings. Under the interlocking rings, I would like to try. Sweetheart, I know for a fact you just started yesterday. I know for a fact you're not listed. I can add you, so message me. I don't think it's too late to add. So message me, and then I'm gonna reach out to people. I'm gonna make that a task to reach out to people to confirm if they're eligible or not, or if they're available or not. So send a message and just put here, if you click Service Plus, you can say battle if you're interested in doing it, that you want to battle. Um, okay, so when you click those interlocking rings, TikTok gives you an option to pick people who are your friends, people who are your suggested creators, and then what's called quick invites. And so you can quickly invite someone to do a match. And so that's something else you can do. Let me let me know if there's any other questions about that. The power ups I talked about. TikTok likes matches, so as an agency, I don't require you to do these match events. I don't require them, but I do encourage them because I want you guys to start getting visibility. I want you to be intentional about um, participating in some of these gameplay things as well as doing your topic. And so that goes for the campaigns. There's always campaigns happening. I want you to participate in the campaigns. I want you to participate in the match events. So we do it once a week. Hello, friends. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all supporting. Thank you so much. It's me live. It's me live. I'm gonna message you today. I'm gonna message you on your other account because the renewal's happening. So we gotta talk through what you want to do. So, but I did send it. So just let me know what you decide to do. Um, and so I do encourage the match events because I want you guys to get that visibility. I want you to grow in your diamonds because TikTok is looking for that as well. So I want you to grow in your diamonds. I want you to make sure that you're getting what you need. All right. So that's why we do it too. That exposure. The three reasons why battles make sense too is that you're getting exposure. You have another live host. TikTok likes battles, so they do push it out on For You feed. You get some random people to come in. You get the other rooms people to potentially come in. So it gives you that visibility. You also get the ability to build your community. It's like team building. It's like that bonding you have. People are rallying behind you. They want to support you. So it's important to get that, bring that to your room. That energy, it kind of breaks up. Maybe you have a celebration. It breaks up the regular routine of your room. And then finally, it is the monetization. So you can earn a little bit more if you do these on occasion and infuse that into your live stream journey. You said it's me. Did you say battle? I'm ready. There we go, friend. Hey, friend. Thank you for the donuts. I realize I've been at the level 9 for a while. What makes it increase? Um, oh, phenomenal. Do I need to teach that? The blue number next to my name. Yes. Let me teach that real quick. I'll do a quick overview. Do me a favor, everybody, and you always should check your levels. I always say, come into someone's room, you're trying to get a sense of how to grow, how to build. You want more connections, you're trying to network. You always should see your levels. Thank you for those populars, friend. So pay attention to your levels. I'm going to say it from that perspective. Just pay attention to what you're doing. So in your case, Phenomenal Val, let's do this. Put the word blue in the chat. We're going to put the word blue. We'll do blue. And then I'll do a little crash course on leads, and then I'll be done for today, for the morning. So I'll get off close to 12:30ish. I'll try to get off. So blue. So when you put the word blue, click your photo. So I'm teaching this so you can click your photo. Click your photo. So click your photo, and your screen should pop up. It's going to be your engagement screen. My box, there's a box that's missing. This is your level box, your league box. That's missing. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But this is you as a viewer. This is you as a fan club member for my room. The blue box, this viewer box, goes with you to every single live you go to. So this is for every live. It's going to always be here. This is just for my room. Somebody else's room, you might be a different level. You may not even have anything. It says the word member. And then the box here that you guys don't see is me as a live host. It's my league. And so you want to know your league. Duchess of TikTok, welcome to the room. You want to know your league as well. So those are 3 things you're going to always kind of pay attention to. TikTok's tracking it, tracking your performance, your engagement, what's happening for you as a viewer, you as a fan club member, you as a live host. So you want to also pay attention to it also. So Phenomenal Val, I want you to click your blue box, your level 9, LV9. Thank you so much for the follow. And then this blue screen pops up. It pretty much tells you how you are engaging as a gifter. So if you are gifting, whether it's the gifts here or my live goal or my gift gallery, which is in my photo, if you're doing that gifting or clicking the gift box or the rose, if you're doing that gifting, then TikTok is tracking that. And so if you want to know more about it, you can click this question mark in the corner. It's called the Gifter Level Up Program. And so you can read through here to understand it. I'm going to give you the Cliff Note version. So basically, TikTok tracks it as a visual indicator. I can see your level and your information. You can see it. Other viewers can see it. We all can see it. We know what you're doing. And that badge is a way to indicate what's happening. As we look at this, it tells us what level you're at. These little symbols, those are visual indicators, tells us what range of you're in, whether you're level 1 through 9. That's the first phase. 10 through 19 is the second phase. 20 to 29 is the third. 30 to 39 is the fourth. And then you have 40 to 50 is the fifth. And so that's how it works. So there's these symbols, and then there's colors. As you look at the colors, you look at somebody who's a higher level gifter, their shades are going to be purple. In the beginning, you turn off with this lighter blue shade. And so as the colors, as you grow and go through each of those phases, it will change to other shades of blue than purple. Okay? So that's happening also. And then these number lines too are also indicators of those 5 phases I talked about. Here you see how many points you've collected. And then this is the total amount of points you need to get to the next level. For me, it's 25. So that's the total amount for 25. And then right there, that scrolling message is the difference between what you need and then what you got already. You'll see a message here that says the amount that you're striving for, that you're trying to essentially reduce. Is the difference. Okay? And so that is what you want to pay attention to. So you're saying, oh, I'm level 9. I've been here for a while. I'm going to say, look at what you need to get to the next level. And it's also here in the gift box. It's right there. Those experience points. Okay? So it's right there for you. So you know what you're striving for, what you're trying to get as you're doing the gifting engagement. All right? So what I tell people is to pay attention to that. You decide how you want to gift. You stay within your budget. I don't tell you to break the bank. Your budget is your budget, whatever you're going to do. And you decide what that looks like. So maybe I give the example like, you might be in a situation where you're like, okay, I can level up. I just need 50 points. I'm going to send a gift, for 50 points. Or I might do a little bit in Dr. Lisa's room, then I'm going to do a little bit in another room I'm going to go to today in another room. And then by the end of the day, I'll level up. So again, you decide what that pattern looks like, what the strategy for you looks like. And then you make an attempt to try to improve. Okay? People look at that. Thank you so much, Lady Pie. I'm sorry, sweetheart. People do those box numbers come with privileges. So you saw Katie, she flew in, level 25, can fly into the room when the room's under 100 people. So A Doris, she flew in. Anywhere between 25 to 34, you fly in when the room is under 100. That's what that fly in looks like. They flew into my room. They're eye level. When the room's over 100, you have to be level 35 to be visible. So otherwise, you just come in from the bottom. You don't have that eye level. You don't have that recognition. You don't have that ability to be seen in that way. So that's a perk, because you getting seen, you're seen by the whole room that's here. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you. Yes, Katie, that's why you flew in. So you're seen by everybody. We see you. Unless you go, Enigma is when you don't want to be seen. That's how you can be under Enigma disguised. Thank you for the follow, Doris. And so I love that. Yeah, that's a nice perk, isn't it? Yep. So I'm a level 33er, and I say I'm trying to get to 35 so I can be seen in everybody's room. Everybody's room, no matter what, y'all gonna see me. Come right on in. I'm going live and come back 20 times. Okay. You gonna leave and come back at 20 times? I'm like, what you doing? Flying in. And so y'all gonna see me. So when I get to 35, I don't care what the number is. Y'all can have 1,000 in a room. Y'all gonna see me. but that's the perk, because that's what this app is. It's an engagement app. It's an interactive app. You are networking. You're trying to be seen. That happens at level what? Level 25 to 34. When the room is under 100, we don't have 100 people in the room. You can be seen. It's a video game. It is. It's a really gamified. It really is. And then when it's 35 and above, you fly in regardless. And all of this is tied to monetization too, because you've earned that. You've paid for that essentially from your gifting. Now, again, you decide what your budget is. You decide how you go about this. Don't have to break the bank, but I do say do something depending on what the room is. And if you're trying to be a live host, you want people to come and support you. It seems like you level up per room. They don't actually count the expenses from different rooms. Yeah, they do. For for the blue box, it goes with you for every live. For the Daily Heart Me, that orange box is per room. That is per room. Sparkle Shop, welcome to the room. So the blue box is for every live you go to. So that is a cumulative. The orange heart is different, is individualized. Yeah. And so you're earning points for that as you're engaging in people's lives individually. I mean, in this room as a fan club member. The other box, leagues, real quick. I'm just going to show it. Leagues here. I'm going to show how to get to it. So if you want to put box in the chat, you can click and see it. We're going to go here. The box that's not showing, not sure why it's not showing for me. I should be much higher than 25. Look at your points. How many points do you have before you get to level 26? And then that'll tell you how you've been doing. But it does accumulative. So those points are for every room you go into. Box. So Val, did you understand the blue box? Let me know if you understood that. And then here, since I don't have the box here, I can click the gift gallery. And the gift gallery is going to show me that box number. And it's D4 for this one. And what it does is tell me D4 level, and it says view the creator's league. So I'm going to click down here so I can view the league. And it shows this screen. If you had the box and you click that box, it would have took you straight to this screen. That's what should have happened. And so these are called fragments. Think of them as credits, little nuggets. These are credits. And so you need 3 credits, 3 fragments to complete the D4 series. I'm at school store and was attending to a customer. Oh, you missed me talking about the blue box? Give me 1 second. I'll recap in a second. I have to get off shortly. And so the blue D4 series, the leagues start at D5, and then it goes from D5, D4, D3, D2, D1. Dr. Graceland, welcome to the room. So you have the D series, and then it goes into the C series. C5, C4, C3, C2, C1. Then the B series, then the A series, and they go from 5 to 1 as well. And so those are the series. D is where everybody starts, D5. And then some people will quickly get through the D league. They will. And so they'll get these nuggets, and those nuggets will happen because of the engagement happening in your live stream. So you want that engagement to happen. You want people to support your live stream. Thank you so much, Doc. And you want people to support your live stream. So you want that engagement to happen as much as possible so that you can progress. I'm not going to go through this fully. I talked about it quite a bit yesterday and the day before. If you need me to, I'll talk about it at the 4 o'clock. I'm just going to pause it because I don't want you guys to to go too far into this if that's not something you're looking at. Okay? If you are looking at it, I'm happy to talk about it later. Okay? Had to check it out. All right, you fly in. Phenomenal. Are you still in the room? Let me know if you're listening. Really quickly, let me know if you're listening, and I'm gonna move on. Blue box is something I do talk about quite a bit, so I could recap this later today as well. Hey Sarah, thank you for the wink winks. Appreciate you, friend. Phenomenal Val, I think you gone. Let me know if you're here, friend. She might be with a customer again. Um, all right. All right. So I will recap that later for you all so you guys can get it. Thank you, KV. Thank you so much for the Dr. Lisa Cares and Populars. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to come back today at 4 o'clock. So feel free to come back. We'll talk. I'll do Blue Box. I'll talk about that again. I'll talk about leagues. I'm supposed to talk about TikTok Shop. People are asking about shop content. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Creative. Thank you so much, friend, coming back in. Thank you all for being here. See you then. I appreciate you all supporting the live stream. Thank you all for the likes, the comments, the shares. Claim your points for the Heart Me if you haven't clicked up there to claim your points. Thank you all for the likes, the comments, the shares, the stickers, and all the gifting. So every time you miss going live, you fall back one. Is that correct? For the leagues, Regina, I'm assuming you're talking about the leagues. Yes-ish. Yes, there's a way that you cannot fall if you have a shield. A shield will keep you. So shields, and what you would end up doing is potentially losing a fragment. So if you have one fragment, it'll take that fragment away when you don't show up. And then when you come back live, if you get enough diamonds to get you another fragment, you're fine. But if you don't, you might be in the safe zone so you don't fall down. Okay? So depends on how much diamonds you earn for that next live and any live that you do. The diamonds matter. So you're collecting diamonds, and you want to collect enough diamonds to keep you safe or for you to go up. I will come in later for I'm late. Okay, thank you, Capable. Appreciate you, friend. You had another great live? I'm assuming so, friend. I gotta get over to you. Let me know. And if you're interested in joining the agency, let me know if you're eligible. Let me know. This is where you can message me. I'm happy to answer questions about the agency. I'll talk about it more in my 4 o'clock, but you're more than welcome to message me, and I'll send you some information too. All right, friend. What time will you be back on? I go live every day at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm in Florida, so 4 p.m. I'm usually a little closer to being on time. I'm usually like 15 minutes late because I start my live on YouTube. So between the two platforms, I spend a little time there talking, and then I come over here. So typically 10:15, 4:15 Eastern. Yeah, another great live. Yes. All right, that's awesome. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all the engagement. I tell you guys all the time, practice makes progress. Do not be scared of this app, and don't try to be perfect. You're going to get it. You're going to keep going, keep showing up. You'll be fine. All right. All right. Take care, friends. Bye-bye. Thank you, my YouTube friends. Appreciate you all hanging out with me. Thank you for the support. I will be back as well at 4.